Good morning, greetings, assalamu alaikum. My name is Shwa and I'm here with Jenny, my host. You must have watched our first episode. If you haven't, please do so. Go and subscribe to our channel. This is Holy Envy Together. I hope you will enjoy and learn more about what we have done so far. So, yes, Jenny.
Yeah, today we're going to talk about prayer, and it's going to be really exciting and interesting. And we want to know what your definitions are, what your experiences are of other religions' prayers, and etc. Sure, give us the highlight of your week.
Oh, my highlight of the week is a couple, but maybe I'll just share one. And I was like, spoke to a friend of mine after some time, which was nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen every day, right?
Yeah, I know.
Sometimes the days just run past, and when
Yeah.
you get that phone call.
And especially in pandemic, I was like surprised that usually people should be talking more, but we are so busy. So, anyways, it was
It is.
interesting. So, go ahead. What is yours?
Well, mine is that I'm just starting to read my cousin's first published novel.
Oh, wow.
My cousin in Sweden, he sent it to me, and I'm super happy for him. And yeah, so that's one of my highlights.
Thank you. It's not related to interfaith or anything.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Well, it's called, I can't translate now. It's called Magic something.
Okay,
So,
okay.
but yeah, I'll
Okay.
have to do a review later.
Thank you.
So, Shua, can you tell us why have we chosen this topic? Why is this interesting to talk about?
Prayer. So as a Muslim, I try my best to pray 5 times. And for me, prayer is so important that it connects me to my Creator. Through the prayers I do and every time I pray, I have a meaning. If I am concentrating and conscious about it, then I feel there is a very huge meaning every time I bend my head. I bow to my Creator only. And that is a connection that I have directly with the Creator, with the universe, Allah, God, that I submit to. And it just takes away all the anxiety and worries and all when I am in that state. And with time, I wouldn't say that it was always like this. With time and practice, I am reaching that point in my life that prayer has a huge meaning to me, and we can elaborate in our live shows and later on. But in the interest of time, I would like to know what is prayer for you, Jenny?
Sure. Oh, that inspired me a lot. I find that I would say prayer is for me like an ongoing conversation,
Yes.
inner conversation with God, and the more I do it, the more I do it, so to speak. I'm a Christian. Have gone back and forth, up and down. I was taught as a child we would pray every time we sit down and have a meal, to bless the meal and thank for the gifts on the table. At night we would pray a little prayer before sleeping. I started to do that with my kids, and then I've kind of stopped. But for me, it has, and of course in church it is a big part of the service and getting together and praying together. Many people, but also just 2 and 2 over the phone even. And to me, it has transformed into this ongoing conversation, I would say. But I try to have something daily where when I pray more consciously, but then throughout the day, inspired by all sorts of people, inspired by you as well, Shua, how
Thank you.
told me, right? You see an airplane and you immediately go, you pray that this is going to be a safe trip.
Yes.
I think of my dear friend Mia back in Sweden. who kind of said, yes, as soon as she hear an ambulance or any other,
Mm-hmm.
she immediately just go, that's some sort of prayer that comes
Yes.
to her. So I pick and choose from
Yes.
people, and I
Yes.
learn,
We all
oh, that's
learn. Yes.
wonderful.
Yes.
And yeah, I've just been to Gloucester recently with my family, and it was wonderful to be swimming in the sea every day. And I thought, as I kind of dive into this element, I feel how this is, yeah, in some way I'm wouldn't say one with nature, but getting there,
Mm.
but equally going, just there's this huge gratefulness to God for
Did you feel
this.
any moments that you felt that? It wasn't must not be a constant state that you were one with that feeling or the state, but did it come and go? Was it
I
yeah.
think it's glimpses.
Okay.
It's glimpses. It's just
Uh-huh.
like, I think, happiness, right?
Hmm.
But we don't walk. I don't think that most of us walk around are being happy. What is happiness to start
Hmm.
with? Yeah,
Hmm.
we could have a show on that.
Yeah.
but
Yes, actually.
but I think that is just like the uh, presence of God is
Hmm. Hmm.
similar to that, and I guess we can train ourselves
That's
to
true.
be more or less open to it. And I
Hmm.
feel that when I am consciously thinking of it, consciously uh, talking to God in my heart, I
Hmm.
also get more open eyes to those
Hmm.
glimpses of presence.
Hmm.
And it often is actually in nature, I must say.
Hmm.
I can think back of a few times when I've been out jogging,
Hmm.
particularly when it's been more nature than maybe urban. But
Yeah.
it is, beauty is everywhere, and I just see the wind in the trees, and then it just comes to me that that's God moving.
Hmm. So
So
it
that
is
is,
prayer. With you're trying to be in unity, in unison with the universe and with God, and that's
yes,
yeah.
no, it is.
It's
And
like
music
cutting
is a
touch.
big
Yeah.
one as well,
Yeah.
like a prayer language. But
Hmm.
sure, I wanted to ask, 'cause I have forgotten the significance of the 5 uh, Muslim prayers every day.
All right. So it is directly. It is at different times. So early morning, dawn, before the sunrise, we pray, which is you start your day that way, right? You're starting your day with that, thinking of how you're like centering and focusing. You hear all this new age self help gurus talking about it now, and this
There you have it.
tradition has been there for 1400 plus years, and all the Muslims who are practicing and pray are doing that. And I wish that Muslims, before I tell anybody, Muslims themselves value that and really see the benefit, the wisdom. There is so much in it. So in fact, I should maybe mention that I will be talking about just prayer, and if maybe we can talk about it and you can join me in that program, because I will be talking about prayer, like what it is, what's the meaning of prayer in Muslim prayer. So
Oh, how
anyways,
exciting.
so I have been delving into it, learning more from the scholars, more in from the tradition. How, what's the purpose? Why do we wash ourselves, do the ablution, and then go into prayer? And while I'm praying, I don't talk to anybody. It's just those few minutes, whether it's 2 minute prayer or 5 minutes. We have all laid out for the 5 prayers, different it can be, you can say, a structure of each time. So then it
They are
is,
different,
yes, they are
the
different,
5, yeah.
yes. And starting from the shortest to the longest at the end of the day.
Is that what it is? I
Yes.
didn't realize.
Yes, and
Ah,
it makes sense. You start the day, you focus, you ground yourself, you center, you intend, and there you go. Then it's in the
yeah,
afternoon. Around nowadays it's around before 1. Then it is around so it changes because it's lunar and with the time and the
because, yeah,
weather
yeah.
and all, and with the winter and summer times.
Do you have an app on your phone?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. I was gonna-
Yeah, it is. It
of
it
course.
reminds
Yeah.
me of the prayer times and all, and it's amazing. It's wonderful. maybe, yeah, I mean, maybe I'll that's a good idea. I'll put that out in my show notes and see,
Yeah,
this is what I use. It's not too, it would be good for people to know, oh, this is what Muslims use. Oh, that's the
yeah,
call of prayer or beep that we hear in grocery stores or here and there. Somebody's like having this Allahu Akbar, and
yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
okay, what is that? So I think it's a part of education that people in America and everywhere learn about the tradition of Muslims. And I think it is, to be honest, I will take the liberty to say it. I think if people who are not Muslims learn about Muslims, they can be better in their own faith. And
Yeah.
this
Oh,
is,
I
I'm,
totally agree.
I,
I'm experiencing some holy envy right now, Ashwa.
thank you. I will talk about this in our live shows, and
Yeah.
I can elaborate because I think this is an important point, and I don't want to leave it here. So please do not misinterpret or misunderstand what I just said. I want you to join me. We all learn from each other. So I was saying, Jenny, that give us a chance. If you have a comment or question, please write to us, and do go and check out our show notes, and you can always comment there and let us know if you didn't understand something. We will continue our conversations in live shows, but I
We
think
will for
Jenny
sure.
has some very interesting story to share, so I want that to take
Well,
place.
this is one example. We were talking about the reason we're sharing like this is that, of course, as you're saying, we're learning from each other. We inspire each other. It's so interesting, even though we have different faiths. There are so many similarities. And in my various interfaith organizations that I've been with, I've been had the pleasure to go to all sorts of holy rooms
Mm.
and for example take part in a Jewish Friday Shabbat service.
Shabbat, yeah.
I've been to an amazing Gurdwara here in Everett
Oh,
and taken part of a Sikh
nice.
celebration there.
Mm, yeah.
And one thing that comes to mind as also particularly holy experience actually was when Tufts University's Interfaith Student Council
Mm,
organized
mm,
an iftar evening, breaking of the fast during the month of Ramadan.
mm,
And they graciously said, okay, well, having talked a bit about Islam in general, they said, okay, now it's time for us to pray and break the fast and and yeah, you can just watch us, no problem, because otherwise I could feel like, oh,
mm,
a bit
mm,
embarrassed. Am I going to sit here and watch? But it was very welcoming, a
mm,
very welcoming atmosphere.
mm,
And I remember specifically looking at this girl who was about to eat her date
mm,
as the breaking of the fast. It really struck me how this is a holy moment in the minutes or seconds before the breaking of the fast,
mm,
and the genuinity on this girl's face
mm,
is like something that sticks with me.
mm,
And yeah, talking like we did before about glimpses, right?
mm, mm.
And that is a holy moment for me.
How you felt connected to that, and that happens?
How I felt connected to
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
and how I could see that she is connected.
Yes,
I was
yes.
an observer, and I could,
Mm,
also pray absolutely, and I
mm,
probably did.
mm,
But in terms of experiencing somebody else's
yep.
like faith and rituals, that was a wonderful
Mhm.
experience.
Yeah.
And we're going to come back to later on in
Yes.
our shows a bit more about interfaith gatherings,
Yes.
which could also include interfaith service
Yes.
or prayer.
Yes.
How could we pray?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that it's about time that we well, about time. We could go on for a long time,
Yes.
but we want to be mindful of everybody's time, dear listeners and viewers as well. Join in the conversation.
Yes.
And let's finish on a
Yes,
little
please.
fun note here. And I'm going to say 30 seconds here,
Oh,
okay?
okay.
Go!
Uh,
Spirituality,
Sufism.
plants,
I love them.
God,
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 uh, has a meaning to me.
Hajj,
Hajj is a holy pilgrimage, and I have done once.
summer.
Love summers.
Oh, time's up, time's up.
uh,
You asked for easy words. These were not easy words.
Yeah,
But
that's good.
we try to mix it up a little bit with this and that.
Yeah.
Next time, we're going to talk about fear, another small little neat topic
Yes.
that we've chosen for our
Yes.
show.
Yeah.
And it's going to be interesting.
All right, good. So thank you, everyone. Please subscribe to our channel. Please write to us, to Jenny or me. It's okay to be vulnerable sometimes here and there.
We all are in
yeah.
these times in particular.
Yes,
Wow.
and especially pandemic is going on, and we really need to be there for each other together in everything. So let's be not only in holy envy, but be together in everything. Accept, acknowledge the differences. It's okay to be different. It's okay. It's the beauty in there. There's so much beauty in there. So thank you, Jenny, for the time today also, and I really enjoyed our conversation. I hope people do that too. So
likewise, sure. Thank you. Take care, everyone.
See you next week.